Hello, good morning, YouTube friends. Hope you are having a good day. Today we are going to talk about this book, La Hora de la Estrella, or The Hour of the Star, from Clarice Lispector, a Brazilian author. As she tells us in an interview, the book is going to be about hurt innocence, about an anonymous misery. Let's get straight into it. The storyteller will be Rodrigo, a writer who is disappointed with life, and he will tell us the story of Macabea. As he says, someone needs to give a voice to Macabea, a young woman from the northeast who moved to Rio de Janeiro, and she lives in misery, and she doesn't complain about anything. She lives her life on a daily basis without thinking about the past, the future, and without asking herself why things are as they are, why does she have to live in such a poverty. And the writer Rodrigo is the opposite. He's all the time thinking why life is as it is, what is the sense of life. Macabea, the main character, she represents millions of stories. She represents the lives of millions of people from South America, from Latin America, who come from very poor regions that were left behind. She's coming from the Sertão, this rural region from the northeast, and she moves to Rio de Janeiro, following her aunt mainly, and trying to get a better life, maybe a life with some kind of opportunities. To know a bit better Macabea, she is very submissive, she's shy, she is a good person, that's really important, she's good, and she is very thin, maybe better to say squalid, so all these characteristics obviously don't fit in the modern Rio de Janeiro, this modern urban place of the middle 20th century, where power, ambition, the sexual parameters to determine what is beautiful or not, obviously it all clash with what is Macabea. Rodrigo will try to understand with horror how is it that she lives in this timelessness. She doesn't ask about her past, her future. She thinks a bit about her past sometimes, but it's a bit tricky. She remembers it with happiness, even though it was full of misery. I would like to read you one sentence that the author uses. Well, this book I have it in Spanish, but you can get it in English, of course. And it says, "As bad as it is, childhood is always enchanted. Scary." Another important thing is that Macabea, she doesn't feel desires. She will only know what is desire when she begins a kind of love relationship with Olímpico, a worker. He works in the steel industry and he is very ambitious. He wants to be a deputy, so he wants power, he wants money, and the relationship of these two is not going to work. And going back again to the main theme, the timelessness, we are going to see that near the ending, which I'm not going to tell, so you can feel intrigued and want to get the book and read it. By the ending, Macabea will go to see a woman. She was an ex-prostitute, Madame Carlota, and now she is a fortune teller. She throws the cards and she tells you about your past, your future. They talk a lot, they have a very nice conversation. Madame Carlota talks about herself, then talks about Macabea's past. She will also tell her about her future, and in this point where she is with this other woman thinking about past, present and future, she will discover temporality. She will begin to have a destiny, she will begin to have plans, she will begin to think about herself in place and time, so she will rediscover herself. And I would like also to read you another sentence from the book. "Today," she thought, "today is the first day of my life. I've been born. So she's born again when discovering herself and discovering time. Well, then we are really near the ending, so I'm not going to analyze the story anymore. This short and easy reading novel is the last one published by the author, as she departed that same year of 1977. Clarice Lispector was born in Ukraine, and then when she was a child, her family moved to Brazil. They used to live in the northeast. She used to have a childhood full of poverty and misery. She moved to Rio de Janeiro. She visited fortune tellers, so we can see that she's taking a lot of facts from her own life and putting them into Macabea's life. Clarice is part of the modernism of the 20th century, middle 20th century, that in Brazil, the Brazilian modernism tried to recover the Brazilian culture, try to put the focus, try to analyze it, try to rethink the Brazilian culture. So it's very interesting to read if you would like to know a bit more about this country of South America. And Clarice is one of the main writers of the modern history of the Brazilian literature, so I would really like to recommend it to you. And well, I think this is all. I would like to recommend you the novel. I hope you like it, and see you in the next one.